Welcome to the Bad Pipes podcast. I'm your host, Wolverine, and with me today is Deadpool.
I'm just a little guy. I'm a little guy in a red suit.
Yes, he's a little guy in a red suit.
I'm Andrew.
I know.
With me
Andrew, Scott. Isaac is once again on hiatus. He is still filming.
He's still stuck in the closet. He'll get out someday. Yeah, so this week, Scott once again is Mr. Half Movie Watcher. He didn't see Maxine, so we're holding
I didn't do the real
off on that
assignment. I went to go try to see Maxine, and I couldn't find a theater close to me that was showing it. So
instead, we became part of the hordes and hordes of people flocking to see Deadpool and Wolverine. We'll be talking about that at the end of the episode. We'll probably give a little spoiler review since that's such a hot and fresh movie. Straight out.
Big time spoilers.
Instead, we're going to start off talking about Hot D, House of the Dragon.
It's been good.
Yeah. Some complaints I saw at this episode was that it's a bit long and there's a lot of talking going on.
Yeah, do you want to hear my complaint? No tits and just a girl kiss. Come on.
Oh, I forgot. It's how I wanted to open the episode. I was just chanting girl kiss. Girl kiss.
I know your big complaint, no boobs. Still no boobs, but we got a very intimate kiss between two of our
so close to seeing boobs again.
Lady characters. I have no complaints about it, but apparently some other people were like, this was unnecessary. We didn't need this.
So many filler conversations. That's what I've been seeing a lot. But every conversation that takes place on the show has a purpose. It's either showing characterization, or it's developing plot, or it's setting up for a future payoff. So
in general, I feel like they did, we had our kind of like mid-season episode with the action in the battle over was it Duskendale or wherever it was.
Rook's Rest.
Oh, Rook's Rest. That's right. Rook's Rest. So I feel like we kind of had that as like our mid-season like climax, and now we're kind of back down to like a lot of build up into like what is. I mean, we're used to the typical like, and I kind of feel like they fit the format of the like episode 9 climax of Season of Thrones, like the real like where you get the real meat.
So there's supposed to be 8 episodes this season. We're only on. It was episode 6.
Okay, so we're coming down the stretch. So like, generally Game of Thrones followed the like 10 episodes. You usually have your big climax episode 9 right before we kind of wrap things up. So I feel like maybe next episode, like this coming episode on Sunday, will be our big climax for this season, or they'll just save it for the last episode.
Both of these next 2 episodes are going to be big episodes. I think there's going to be a lot going on in each one, just because from what I've heard, it doesn't sound like they're doing a season 3. It sounds like this season is the end. So
really?
Oh, never mind. In June 2024, ahead of the second season premiere, the series was renewed for a 3rd season. Okay.
So they will do a 3rd season.
Yes.
Okay. So, which I feel like the 3rd season will probably be the last. Like that's where they're going to wrap it up.
Yeah.
So I know like we still have one. I know of. It's been spoiled for me. Like one really big fight that we have left. Yeah. I'm sure you know about it as well.
I have ideas.
Right. Okay.
I think if it's the fight with Damon, I think that'll probably be the finale.
Yeah.
Because that fight would move 2 very large pieces on the board into other places.
For sure. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I think they'll end it well.
Speaking of, Damon was another thing that I saw people complaining about. They're like, oh, Damon's still running around the haunted house or whatever. But like, I loved the dialogue this episode, and specifically with Damon, it was pretty much Shakespearean. Like, the dialogue was so good. And him, even with him still being in the quote haunted house, a lot of interesting character development going on. Like him kind of acknowledging his where he has failed his family in the past, and like kind of getting the idea of what he needs to do to like redeem himself, to prove himself like a worthy Targaryen in a way. I just think that they're moving that in a really nice direction, and that the way they're doing it is very good.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like his Harrenhal arc. Him just like, I don't know. Yeah, he's like he's having downtime, but he's trying to like he's figuring shit out, and like yeah, he's kind of like, people refer to it as like a haunted house. Like, I mean, yeah, it's a haunted house. Like the dude is fighting with the ghost of his past. I mean, you see him confronting like guilt over like how he treated and interacted with his brother. I mean, the previous king.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah, no, great dialogue. I mean, yeah, he's in a haunted house. He's dealing with the ghost of his past, and it's great. I mean, I like it. You know, I also like his interactions with Alice and how she's just kind of like, hey, she pretty much like tells him like, don't worry about it. Like the things, like the winds are gonna change, and like pretty heavily implied. Like she kind of goes and poisons who is it? The Tully, the grandsire of the Tullys.
Yeah.
Who's kind of like a too old to make any sort of judgment or move things along, to have them pick a side. And that's what, you know, Daemon's been trying to, you know, gather reinforcements, you know, muster some strength towards Rhaenyra's side. And so, I mean, we have that dialogue, and we get a resolution to that where it's kind of like, oh yeah, like Alice went to go like help out. Yeah. It's pretty clearly implied that she pretty much poisoned the dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, we've got Aemond,
being the king regent or king consort or whatever he's doing.
The prince regent, or
that's right, prince regent. Yeah.
So we see him like, I mean, the big thing that happens is he gives his mom the boot from the council.
Yeah.
I found it very funny, but the scene's not funny. It's a very serious scene, but it's you've done your service. Why don't you go pursue more domestic activities or whatever?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, dude.
Like, Mom, go knit something.
Yeah, I mean he's straight up just like, yeah, go fuck off. I know who you favor here, and it's just like if it's not like Aegon having the throne, like she wants the power for herself.
Yeah, I think she believes that she would make the best decisions for the kingdom, and I think we're also seeing that Aemond is living in a different reality from her. She still thinks, I don't know, it feels like she still thinks that like greater war can be averted, but Aemond fully recognizes like, no, we're at war and we need to make war.
Yeah.
So you see him moving things into a favorable position for himself, you might say.
Yeah. We also get a little bit more insight and look into the civilians and the citizens of King's Landing and how they're feeling. They're starving, they're struggling, and you get Rhaenyra bringing in shipfuls of fucking food. That's a baller fucking play during a war.
Yeah, really shows her to be a benevolent leader.
Yeah.
You also get that shooting back to Aemond real quick, that conversation between him, Larys, and the other guy, where he's like, my lord, I think you should probably name your own Hand of the King while you're being regent. He's just and I forget how he phrases it, but Larys kind of like is like, oh, I would be honored to. And he's like, not you, you fucking toad.
Yeah.
Oh man, it just felt so good to see him just slap down so hard.
Oh yeah, no, he's the old foot of the king, fucking weirdo.
Hey, he's such a Grima Wormtongue type character,
dude. Really though. Sidebar: I have gotten Casey to start watching Lord of the Rings with me. So she's becoming cultured now. She'd never seen them. She's now seen the first two, and then Sunday we are watching Return of the King.
You watching all the extended ones?
No, not currently, but she is down to watch them in the future.
Watching the extended ones is a bit of a trek.
Yeah, that's like we're kind of just like we're doing the theatrical ones for now, and then I've paused at parts and like given her some more of like the lore or like insights into things. And I've like mentioned that they're in the extended one. She's like, yeah, I would like really be down to watch extended ones, but like we have to like obviously like set aside a day or like a good chunk of time to even watch each one.
Yeah, it's like 12 hours.
Oh yeah, dude. But yeah, no, she's really been enjoying them. So
Yeah, it's funny because
I mean, they're great.
Tangentially, I did have the thought today. I was like, you couldn't have Game of Thrones without Lord of the Rings coming first.
Yeah, 100% not.
Just because Lord of the Rings was like so influential, and Game of Thrones is like playing on a lot of those like high fantasy tropes in a low fantasy world, and you kind of see where the things that happen and are shocking in Game of Thrones are only shocking because you kind of expect a high fantasy world full of like magic and all that stuff.
Yeah, honestly, because I think we're still working through Game of Thrones. We're in season 2 now. But yeah, we took some time to watch Lord of the Rings. I mean, I know she's really enjoying those because as someone with, as you know, not to out her, but as someone with ADHD, sometimes she's just like, she can't focus her attention fully on something. But Lord of the Rings has had her full attention, which is great. I mean, it's, it's something that deserves it. It's a great,
For sure.
It's the OG. So yeah. So no, Hot D. So far, I've been happy with it. Like you said, I really enjoyed the dialogue in this episode, and I think it's good. I think the pace has been good. I mean, we get build up, we get some payoff with like a mid-season climax, and we're getting more build up and good dialogue. Yeah. I think they'll end it well.
I mean, the show is like amazingly well written. That's all you can really ask for nowadays. It's just like a well-written show.
Yeah.
But this isn't just like a well-written show, it's an amazingly well-written show.
Yeah.
So I'm really enjoying it.
Quite the opposite of Acolyte.
I'm really looking forward to it. Oh yeah, dude. And you know what's crazy is since the Acolyte has ended, there have been like more Leslie Headland interviews coming out where she just keeps talking about all these different influences. Like, oh yeah, this person was an influence on this, or like we were trying to outdo the Matrix and the Phantom Menace for these lightsaber fights, and live action Cowboy Bebop was a big influence on the tone. And you're like, what are you fucking saying right now? Or she just straight up rips like lines and shot compositions from Fight Club. And I actually had someone on Twitter pointed this out, but they were like, they have Khmer quote Jordan Peterson to show that he's like villainous. And I was like, dude,
that's so fucking dumb.
It's so pathetic, right? From like a writing standpoint.
What are we doing at this point? Like, can we not just have original writing? Do we need to be quoting shit? And like, I don't know. Like, my thing is just like, it doesn't matter like what side of the political spectrum you are, or like what you're doing. Like, write an original thought. Don't have characters quoting people, even if they're controversial, to like portray an ideal. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's also just like it's so of today, and it's going to be forgotten tomorrow,
Yeah.
There's nothing timeless about this story. The original and the prequel trilogy for Star Wars are timeless. They have timeless messages.
Yeah.
And these shows that they're making nowadays, 2 years from now, we're going to look back and be like, I don't even remember what happened. I do remember that I did not like it.
Yeah. I need to go hunt myself down an old OG trilogy VHS box set, because we went last weekend. We went and picked up an old CRT TV that some rich lady, like a couple neighborhoods over, just throwing it out for free. Put it on Facebook Marketplace, and I had to hit her up. So we've got a little retro area set up down in the basement with some of the old consoles and everything set up. But yeah, I want to get a VHS player hooked up to it. I know you got your OG trilogy on VHS there, don't you?
Oh yeah, I've got 2. One of them's still in the cling wrap.
Yeah.
It is special edition, so it's the ones that
nice.
were released in the 90s. But
yeah,
what can you do?
Yeah. No, part of me wants to buy. Part of me wants to get like an even bigger like old CRT TV, like big fucking like the big like wooden like cases. Like it's got like the whole like
God, dude,
installation.
You know how much those things weigh?
Oh yeah, I want to get one of those and then get a like a laser disc player. Like you've seen those things, right? Like the old fucking like you have a big ass laser disc that you like throw into it.
I've seen laser discs.
Yeah.
I have not seen a player for one.
Yeah, I've seen them around. I want to get one of those and be playing shit on Laserdisc. It's like, I don't know, man. I just lately I've been craving some just lo-fi. Like I just want to insert myself back into the fucking like 90s, early 2000s.
Man, I get that. I pulled out a freaking kind of in that vein of just like nostalgia. I pulled out a sketchbook that I've had for years, and I was looking at the dates in it, and I think the last date in it was like 2013, and I had this like image in my head, so I tried to draw it out, and that was pretty interesting just to see how. I mean, I'm not a good artist whatsoever when it comes to drawing, and what is this? 11 years now, I guess. There was like noticeably better. I was noticeably better at it than I was 11 years ago. But it's funny because it was kind of Star Wars themed. It was, well, I'm not going to describe it because it was pretty dark, but
Yeah.
yeah, just funny sitting down at the desk with some Sharpies and a probably 12 or 13-year-old sketchbook.
Nice.
Oh,
No, I get that. Sometimes I want simpler times. I don't know.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
But, yeah.
Speaking
One
of
day.
simpler times,
Yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine, to me, felt like this is everyone's warning that we're going to be talking about Deadpool and Wolverine now. So if you don't want spoilers, we'll give you 10 seconds to get the heck off of the podcast app that you're listening
Go
on.
away if you don't want spoilers, but stay here if you do. We're going to have some good talks.
Go watch it, because it's a very good movie.
Yeah.
Super good movie.
Go watch it, then come back and finish the podcast because we need the views.
Yeah, all right. Final warning. Here we go.
Yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine felt to me like how I used to feel when I would go sit down and watch a Marvel movie in the theater.
Yeah.
Like from the beginning, I was enjoying it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the whole movie, it was just a good time. It was good. It was tongue in cheek. I mean, he broke the fourth wall, but man, like some of the stuff in there, it was good.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Did you see Charlie Moist Critical's like review of it where he was not very big of a fan, it sounded like?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so I listened to him last night on YouTube, and he was kind of saying like he did a spoiler-free kind of review where he was just like, it felt like they were doing too much or like too many things, and it felt like very stretched thin. It's like I went into it being like, okay, I'm gonna like keep my expectations low. It sounds like people aren't enjoying this, but like I had a great time. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I had a blast, dude. Like I teared up a little bit.
Oh no, me too. At the end,
yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
I was surprised that I would feel that deeply about something in a Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to kind of like totally get into spoilers here, the gist of the plot of the movie is Deadpool gets taken by God, what's the name of it's the TVA or something like that? It's
the
Time Bureau.
The TVA?
I don't know. It's the freaking time travel people from the Loki show.
Yeah, it's the TVA, the Time Variance Authority.
Yes, that's right. So basically, Deadpool gets contacted by them, and they're like, hey, the timeline you're part of is coming apart, so why don't you come work for us? And he's like, no.
Yeah.
Basically, things are falling apart because they lost Wolverine, right, in the movie Logan. Yeah. So canonically, this is taking place after Logan.
Yeah, he was the what do they call it? He's like the linchpin holding shit together for their strand of the multiverse.
Yeah. Basically, he says, all right. And then he goes to find a new one. So he goes hopping through all these different realities and finds a Logan who's not up to much. And he's like, all right, come on.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that scene was great in general because, I mean, we got all kinds of different Wolverines, Logans. I mean, and I mean, they stay just like breaking the fourth wall or like doing dumb references. I mean, you have like the short one at first, then you have like he references like the brown uniform, and then we get fucking Henry Cavill Wolverine.
God,
which I know that was rumored.
The Cavalrine or something like that.
The Cavalrine, yeah. He was like,
yeah,
the rumors were true.
Henry Cavill Wolverine.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I know it was rumored for a while, which is why they made the joke. Because I mean, that was
the other thing. Is like pretty much everything in this movie is a reference to the comics or the shows or something. So like even super short Wolverine is like Wolverine's canonical height Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like that's how tall he should be.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, so many nice little nods. And then the fucking cameos were awesome. They were amazing. Because they set you up so well. Like when he's standing there in the TVA, you see all the screens playing different parts of his life or whatever. And he keeps going like, Thor was holding me, you know? But you also see like Captain America from the Avengers. And then they get kicked to the void. Him and Wolverine get sent to the void. And the first person they run into...
It's Chris Evans.
It's Chris Evans.
Who you think is Steve Rogers, but he's really fucking Johnny Storm, the human fucking torch. Dude, that fucking got me when he was like, he's going to say a thing. He's going to say Avengers Assemble. He just goes, flame up. And it's fucking Human Torch. You're just like, oh, that checks out. And then I slowly realized the entire void, this like whole,
it's just the 20th Century Fox cast.
They're literally in the 20th Century Fox reality. That's just crumbled apart. You literally have like the sign in the fucking sand, and it's just all of the people from the fucking 20th Century Fox movies.
Yeah, because if you're looking in the background, they have the actors that played all the different mutants, and not all of them get talking lines, but they're all in there as their characters from the X-Men movies.
Yeah,
it was beyond comprehension. It just kept blowing me away how good it was, and not only that. But whenever him and Wolverine, they meet, what's her name? Cassandra?
Cassandra Nova.
Cassandra Nova. So after their first run-in with her, they escape. They run out to the Borderlands or whatever. And on the way, they keep meeting Deadpool variants. So they first meet Nicepool and Dogpool, and I fucking loved Dogpool, dude. What a disgusting little fucking gremlin.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he just, I mean, it's so funny. It's just like you just get the vibe that all the Deadpools love this little fucking gremlin dog.
Oh yeah. But even Nicepool with like them playing on the idea of like knight in shining armor. He's got like the shiny, clean uniform.
Doesn't wear a mask, like has a nice face and the long flowing hair. He's just like a Fabio fucking character.
Ear, the fucking gold plated,
the fucking gold 50, deagles.
Yeah. Oh my.
He's just like, yeah, they match my fucking ear hoop.
Yes. And then, oh dude, like we haven't even talked about like the fights in this. The fights in this were fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
I think one of my favorite, I mean, it's hard to say like, do you have a favorite fight? But like the fight with Wolverine and Deadpool, after they ran in the Nicepool and he let them borrow his car or whatever.
Oh, they're in the fucking Honda Odyssey.
Dude, the all-day fight in the Honda Odyssey.
Yeah. They started that like fighting in the Honda Odyssey, and I went, you know what's nice? Is this genuinely feels like a Deadpool Wolverine movie because you know those characters, you know them from the comics, you know like who they are from movies over time, and you're just like, this is exactly like they would just constantly be at each other's throats. They're two hard-headed, fucking big personalities of characters that just like would just not get along and fucking be fighting the entire time.
Yeah, like they almost have like a brotherly relationship where it's like and your brother will just slap each other for no reason.
Yeah.
And that's fully what happens constantly in this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that fight, which then leads to them running into the what they call that little group, like the exiles or the survivors.
Yeah, I think it was like the exile. I can't remember. They lived in the borderlands, but I mean it's X-23 who drives them away. And and yeah,
when
but we get
Jennifer Garner.
Right? Yep, when Jennifer Garner as Elektra.
As Elektra, I was like, no fucking way. I'm like, that's so fucking cool. And then they follow it up with OG Blade. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Fucking who's it? Wesley Snipes, right?
Yes. I got so excited for that. I fucking love those movies.
And then you just throw in dumbass Channing Tatum.
Dude, because he was supposed to get a movie where he played Gambit. There was supposed to be a Gambit movie. And like the accent. I just loved him as Gambit. It was just so fucking funny. Dude, the patois that he's doing is so good, dude. Like it's fucking perfect for him playing that character. But then not only do they make it a bit like everything's a bit of a joke, but they're also so fucking true to those characters. Like whenever they leave that place, they go back and have the fight. When you're watching Channing Tatum, when you're watching Channing's Taint, him as Gambit in that fight, like that fight is so fucking cool. And just watching his character was so fucking cool, dude, because he's exactly the Gambit that I always wanted to see and never got. Like we never.
Oh yeah. No, I was gonna say like, he is funny. Like, you know, Deadpool makes fun of the accent. Like they have like the conversations, but like he gets to the fight and you're watching him, and you're like, damn, like the choreography is fucking great for all of the fights.
Oh yeah,
like top tier. And I mean, and that really shines with Gambit because I mean, like you're watching him like fight, and it's just like it's such a different fighting style when you're fighting. Like, you know, you're using a fucking deck of playing cards and. You know, you use a pole. People don't know arm.
That Gambit is like one of the top tier mutants. He's up there with like Magneto and Xavier and all those other people.
Oh, I want to say Gambit has always been my favorite.
Dude, like, that's so funny because back in the day, like back in the old 90s when the cartoon was on, Gambit was my favorite mutant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. No, I think mine too. Yeah, he's...
So like to get to see him and to see him done like well was such a like I didn't know I needed it.
Yeah, I'm saying blow the movie up, have it do numbers, and then give Channing Tatum his Gambit movie. Let's do it.
And they made while they were driving, they made a little reference to Spider-Man with.
Yeah,
I was like, if they did a Deadpool and Spider-Man movie after this. That'd be
great.
So cool.
I mean, we get that full fight scene with, you know, X-23, Blade, Elektra, and Gambit, and then we kind of move back into reality with our fight scene with the 100 Deadpools.
Yeah, so they managed to
who is Lady Deadpool?
I don't think she's the one in the suit, but it is Blake Lively, her voice.
Oh, okay, that is who's voicing her.
Yeah.
Okay. Checks out.
Yeah. Awesome fight.
Yeah.
the end of Nice Pool.
I would, yeah, I would. Oh, dude, fucking Nice Pool with the like. I didn't realize he couldn't regenerate. Which, like, you as the viewer are also thinking, like, oh, he's gonna be fine because like Deadpool can just regenerate. Like,
I had a feeling. I was like, I bet he's the one that can't.
Yeah, and of course, yeah, sure enough. I mean, he just gets fucking wrecked.
Oh my god! And it's such
dog
a small
free to
bit,
go.
but when he's doing the CPR and the blood is
the
squirting
blood
out of
just
every hole.
everywhere. Yeah. No, I mean that. I mean that entire fight's great because I mean you've got like that intro to it with like the Nice Pool stuff. You have Wolverine finally go like full fucking Wolverine, like we know from the cartoons, like we know from like the comics.
Awesome.
Yeah, he pulls the fucking hood over, like he's got the mask and everything, and you're like, yeah, that's what I wanted. And then the cinematography, like the just like panning shot, just like across as they're fighting them all. That kind of like they pan, they're just like they're keeping a steady motion, and they stop. They kind of like
it's
the fight,
like the old boy fight in the hallway.
Yeah,
where it's just like the camera is moving at a fairly constant rate, but like the action is moving across the screen. Like it's a really well shot movie.
Oh yeah. I mean, and then you know, they go onto the like you even have like the shot just pan over and you've got the entire like bus, like you're watching them fight through the bus, and they like it's so clever to just like utilize the windows in that way where it's just like, you know, you kind of like block the view as the windows crack and get blood splattered.
Yeah, the progression of blood up the windows was very funny to me.
And then the culmination of them defeating all of these Deadpools, only for them to all fucking regenerate and then them get saved by none other than fucking Peter.
Oh yeah, dude, his fucking bulge.
His the gut and the bulge, man, and you're just like, I've never related to something so much. You're just like, I would throw on a suit, and I mean, you'd be fine.
The fact that he calls himself Peter Pool is
Peter Pool, and the fact, like, I mean, they just run off and they're just like, yeah, everyone enjoy my Peter.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's just the entire movie is just that fucking like, it's that good old school fucking middle school humor, but done in such a clever way that you're like, yeah, like this is what, like, who else really from the roots enjoyed comics and superheroes? It's fucking middle school boys. Like,
I mean, that's when we started, right?
Yeah.
Enjoying that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like that's like who. I don't like when you make a movie like this. It's just funny because like nowadays, like everyone enjoys it. Like, dude, there was a elderly couple in that movie theater with me like today. Like I went at the 9:30 a.m. showing, so like this elderly couple goes in there. They both have canes. Like the husband was assisting his wife to like walk. Like they're definitely like in their 80s. They were cracking the fuck up at this movie, and I just love that shit. And you're just like, that's so great that like you can put this kind of humor in a movie, like you can do this sort of thing, and like everyone enjoys it. And it's like, why are we not doing more of that?
What's crazy is that like so much of the humor lands, right? Because like so often, I'm sure you got the Venom 3 trailer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the scene where he's like, "We are Venom," and you're like, "Oh, this is kind of cringe." Like, I don't think there was a joke in this movie that I cringed at.
No.
In fact, it goes pretty hard on the jokes.
Oh yeah.
A lot of like very meta jokes too.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of breaking the fourth wall, and
yeah, the one about like you've joined in a bit of a low time.
that one, dude. I'm just like, they're at least like. They're writing it in here, like they know, like I don't know, like it's like a self call out, like they just know, like they've been fucking up, and like the references to being like, can we cut it with the fucking metaverse shit? Like, what are we doing?
Or even I was surprised there was the like the that's very ableist. You're gonna anger the woke mob.
That
I
was
was
pretty
like,
good.
whoa. Or like
Yeah.
with Blade's introduction when he walks in and he's like, "Oh, I thought you were retired. You're such a well-regarded actor." He's like, "Retarded."
Yeah. That was it was so good. Yeah, I mean, the writing was just phenomenal. Like yeah. Yeah, no, this is what Marvel movies should be like. I really can't tell you the last Marvel movie I've seen. Like, I've been off of it for so long.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I like started Loki, the TV show,
I'm pretty sure the
but
last one I
like,
watched was Doctor Strange and the
yeah.
something of madness or whatever.
Oh yeah, I don't even think I saw that one. Like, I didn't see that one. I didn't see Shang-Chi. I didn't see the
I
Marvels.
saw that one because it was Sam Raimi directing, and I was like, "Oh, it's Sam Raimi."
Yeah.
And the only time the movie works is when you can see Sam Raimi in the directing, right? So like
Mhm.
some of the like creepier movement and stuff that Scarlet Witch does, certain scenes, you know, the very like horror type scenes. Sam Raimi horror, I think, is probably one of my favorite varieties of horror movies.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we watched through all the Evil Deads for the podcast at one point, and I love them. But yeah, it's amazing to me that this movie so easily delivered exactly what the characters were in the comics, and they gave them to you. And I'm pretty sure this movie has like, I wonder if we can pull up the score quick enough, but I'm pretty sure this has like a 98% with audiences right now. Yeah, so it's looking like 79% from critics and 97% with audience. That's insane. When was the last time a Marvel movie had a 97% audience score?
Yeah. I'd say it's been a while.
Yeah, I'm not even sure the ones back in the day are up that high.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of surprising too is that I think we mentioned this before the podcast, but like I teared up. Like it's a very touching movie.
Yeah. No, I did too. Like I mean, especially at the end there. Because I mean, that's the nice thing is like, it is a very. I mean, it's a comedic movie, but you do get those like I mean, Deadpool goes and finds a Wolverine who has like been through the fucking ringer. Like, I mean, he finds like they reference it a lot, and they're just like, yeah, you found the worst fucking Wolverine. Like, you found the one who like let everyone down. Like, he's hated.
Yeah, he's the one that failed.
Yeah. That's the thing is like, I mean, this is like, it's not really portrayed as that like 100%, but I mean, this is his redemption story. Like, I mean, he's doing something to like make up for that, to redeem it. Like he lives with the ghost of his past. He lives with the, you know, the thought of like letting everyone down.
Yeah.
And, you know, he ends up working to make that better.
Oh yeah. You know what? I think I laughed hardest at in the movie.
What?
During that car fight, there's a point where Wolverine wraps the the seatbelt around Deadpool's throat, and he just makes this whole like, ah!
Oh, that was good.
I don't know why, but little things like that make me laugh so fucking hard, dude. Just the little girly scream he did.
Yeah.
I guess like kind of within the context of the scene too, like so many much more horrible things have happened by that point.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a good one.
Oh man. I will say I saw this in like the Real 3D or whatever, the CMX or whatever my local theater is. I did not enjoy that.
Okay. I saw it in standard.
I think I am gonna go back
yeah.
and see it in standard.
Yeah. I probably will also go back and see it a second time because I think Casey wants to see it. So I think her and I will go.
Yeah, Shelby wants to see it, and
catch
she's been giving me
Okay.
a hard time for like 2 days now that I was gonna go see it without her.
Damn. Both are women.
Women be shopping. Am I right?
Yeah.
Have you heard that quote before?
No, no.
Dude, it's from what is it, Nutty Professor, I think. He goes on the date with like the very pretty girl, and he's like very overweight. It's Eddie Murphy, right?
Yeah.
And Dave Chappelle is doing like stand-up comedy. They go to like a comedy club. It's Dave Chappelle doing comedy. His bit is that he's wearing like a fuzzy pimp hat, and his joke is just women be shopping. Women be shopping. And then like the crowd is just fucking dying laughing, and it's just like the dumbest fucking joke.
Oh my god.
Women be shopping.
Women be shopping.
And I'm pretty sure he like points at someone in the crowd and he's like, see, she knows. She knows. And she's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Look it up. Look it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Nutty
We
Professor,
go
Women Be Shopping.
we go see another hit movie without our women. They're gonna be shopping for a new man.
Pretty sure mine already is.
And then we'll be free to be together like it should be.
Yes. 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 All right.
What do you give it? What do you give it out of 10?
Dude. I mean, in my mind, this is the perfect comic book movie.
Yeah.
It's like maybe as a movie, it's like a 8-ish,
Yeah.
but like whenever you look at it within the context of the genre, like this movie is true to the characters. It has a very entertaining plot. It's a 2-hour movie, but I honestly feel like it could have been a little bit longer and I wouldn't have complained.
Yeah.
And I've actually heard there's a lot of very good scenes cut out. So there are more scenes with Kid Pool when they show up, all the Deadpools. Apparently there's more scenes with Kid Pool just saying like wretchedly heinous shit, and everyone just
Nice.
like being like, whoa, gross, or like too far, or whatever. So I think that a lot got cut out of the movie, and I think it was a lot of very funny stuff.
Yeah.
Or they cut out the bits that didn't work, and that's why everything in the movie did work. I don't know. Yeah, but it's hard to say that this isn't a perfect comic book movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
I highly recommend it. I think
Yeah.
this is my favorite movie that I've seen so far this year.
Yeah, I'd say me too. I want to give it an 8. I'm going to go higher. I'm going to give it an 8.5.
I think my score, because I do think that it does such justice to its genre, is a 9.5.
Yeah. Damn. Fair.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think everyone will love it, but the fact that as of midday today, Friday, it was released yesterday.
Yeah.
It's already pulled in $55 million. It's on track to make a lot of money. And I'm really hoping that Disney and Marvel take this as a sign that this is what your movies should be.
Stick with it.
Yeah. I mean, it just goes to show you that whenever you give people who love the characters creative control, that they make a good product. And we haven't watched it, but it's the kind of thing that I've heard about X-Men, was it X-Men 97, I think? That it was also very good, and it was also made by a guy who had a lot of creative control over the project. and so he was able to be true to the characters. So yeah, I'm really hoping that they take this as a sign that give your people who love the character, like, first off, put people in control who love the characters and let those people have control.
Hey, everyone involved in this movie, have them work on other movies. Give them more jobs.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
I mean, Ryan Reynolds is almost 50 years old, so he can only do roles like this for so much longer.
Yeah. Have him fucking movie or show run.
God,
have him direct.
Love to have him do a Deadpool and Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. I feel like they got to do it before the end.
Yeah. Just because, like, Spider-Man's such a goody two-shoes.
Yeah.
The side-by-side with this character, it would just be, like, sheer fucking chaos. Exactly like this movie was.
Yep.
I'll even say, I think this is the best of the 3 Deadpool movies. I think it's, like, this one, then Deadpool 1, and then Deadpool 2 at the bottom.
I'm on a level with you. I haven't seen any of the other 2.
Whoa! Have you read any of the comics? This is my
first Deadpool movie.
Have you read any of the comics?
Maybe vaguely. I know the gist.
Yeah, Deadpool comics are the only, like, quote, superhero, end quote, comics that I've ever read.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I saw the first one. I definitely didn't see the second one. I don't think I saw the first one, but maybe at some point I did. But
I saw the other 2 day of release.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Kind of funny, because typically when people tell me that Deadpool is their favorite comic book character, I'm like, there's like a 70% chance that I'm not going to like you.
It's pretty good.
Also, whenever you go to conventions and you see like 900 guys in Deadpool variant costumes running around, that just... I always feel like they're going to be stinky.
Yeah.
Which is probably true to character.
They'd be out there. They'd be out there at the Comic-Cons looking like Peter in their costumes.
You know what's funny? The one that is stuck in my mind is this kid who was... God, this was at... What's the big convention in Orlando there? MegaCon.
Fuck. MegaCon, yeah. I was gonna say, I kept wanting to say Dragon Con, but I know that's Atlanta.
Yeah, MegaCon. The one that stuck in my head for some reason was this, like, politely, very overweight guy who did a Goku Deadpool mashup, and the whole image of it was pretty funny.
That's a wild mashup. How do you come to those two?
I don't know.
As you're like, I don't know. Goku and Deadpool. Yeah. Weird.
Yep. All right. So are we going to circle back to Assassin's Creed Shadows yet again?
Yeah. We'll dive into it.
All right. So as of this week, there have been a lot of interesting happenings regarding the how would you describe them? The professor or whatever.
Thomas Lockley. Yeah, I believe he's a professor.
He's the guy that wrote the book Yasuke the Black Samurai.
Yeah.
And it turns out that before he had even published his book, he was citing his book on Wikipedia and Encyclopedia Britannica and other websites to change the wiki articles. And it's come out that he fictionalized a lot of the account in the book. So basically all we have verified right now was that Portuguese Jesuits took this guy who was, I think we have verified his name was Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
to Japan, where he met Nobunaga.
Nobunaga.
Nobunaga. And Nobunaga was essentially like, you're a weird looking guy. You're like a 6.5 foot tall black guy. I've never seen that before. Become part of my retinue. That's pretty much all of the verified historical fact we have. A lot of it, especially the story that Yasuke was the one that carried Nobunaga's head back after he died. Apparently that was fictionalized. There's no...
Yeah. I mean, in general, I don't think there's not like... It's just like details like that you're just like, how... When you look into it, there's like, there's very little writing, especially on the like Japanese side of things. And even still, like, yeah, there are writings from like the Jesuits or like other people about Yasuke, but like, it's still all very vague. It's just like when you try to,
seems to be pointing to the idea that he was a samurai.
Yeah, and especially like bringing back Nobunaga's head or like doing like, it doesn't seem like these things are legitimate. And again, like you and I have had this conversation, and it's just like maybe he was a samurai. Like, yeah, he was still like definitely a pertinent like part of Nobunaga's like I think.
I mean, it's an interesting facet of history, right?
Yeah, I think
he's
Nobunaga's
the first black guy to go to Japan, and that it was like a pretty historical event.
Yeah, and Nobunaga's like saw this dude and was just like, I want to employ you. Like, I don't know. If you live in a world where like you've never seen a dark-skinned man and you just like all of a sudden have this like very tall, very strong-looking dude come up and you're just like, you look like you could absolutely body some people. Why would you not want to employ them as like a bodyguard or something?
Yeah,
but I mean, in general, I know it comes down to like being a samurai was more than just being a bodyguard. I mean, it's land, it's title, it's there's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
So it sounds more of like Yasuke was this dude that like Nobunaga was just like, yeah, you're interesting and I want to learn more about you. It's like, I'm going to employ you.
Yeah. And then Ubisoft went and made a whole game about him being a samurai.
Which, dude, I don't know. I've sat here and I thought like, once upon a time I was very into the Assassin's Creed games, and I always thought like, cause like, fuck. One of the games I feel like there is a point where you access like a vault of like different assassins' armors, and like there is a reference to like a Japanese assassin. And you think about how cool it would be, but like I never sat there and like envisioned Yasuke or anyone. Like I'm sitting there thinking about like an actual not even a samurai. Like I'm thinking of a ninja.
Yeah,
like an actual Japanese assassin.
That's what you would like logically jump to, right? Is like, yeah, it was probably a ninja, like a little peasant guy who trained in the ninja arts, because that's basically what ninjas were. They were like a secret sect of peasant guys who taught themselves how to fight and would do so as secretly as possible because they didn't want to die in any of the thousands of horrific ways that the Japanese had for killing people.
Yeah. No, and that's like, I don't know. That was like always my thoughts on it, and it seems like they took it in a direction no one really wanted it, and I don't know. Yeah, I'm curious to see how it sells.
My beef is this: it's really cringe when you're like, oh, there's a black character in this, so the soundtrack is hip hop now. Is it like they've had gameplay trailers and stuff now where it's, you know, Yasuke cutting down hordes of Japanese samurai, and it's like a hip-hop soundtrack, and you're like, did they do this for the other Assassin's Creed games? Like, I didn't play them. Was there like metal playing for Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
God.
Like, I don't think so.
No.
I don't know. I'm legitimately asking here.
Oh, so I only played through the beginning of it, but as far as I know, no. I mean, they kept it pretty authentic.
Yeah, it's a weird choice.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
at
just
least
like
from the
what
very
this is
beginning of the
boiling
game that
down
I
to.
played through. Like I played through the first, like, damn, I really could not get into that game. It was not good. Even playing an hour though, they kept it very authentic to like. I mean, it's like the same sort of, I don't know. I feel like it's the same sort of music you'd hear in like Vikings, like as a TV show.
Yeah. Which is kind of what you would expect, I think.
Yeah. Which,
But,
damn,
like, they did the same
referencing that,
thing.
I want to go back and watch that show again.
Oh yeah, it's a good show.
That's a great fucking show.
I don't think I ever watched the last season, but
I didn't either. I can't remember how. Like, I got decently far into it, but I definitely didn't see the last season, but I might have missed one or two before that too.
Yeah. There's a lot of like really hard moments in that show. But just like I just mean like moments that go hard. Like,
oh yeah.
One that sticks out to me is I think they're in France and Ivar the Boneless has like flipped his chariot, and so he's just like laying on the ground with his worthless legs, and the whole like English army is just like standing there, and he just starts like screaming at them in his pagan tongue.
Yeah.
And it's like in the old, like, I think it's Old Norse or something like that, but he's just like challenging him. He's like, who wants to be the one to kill Ivar the Boneless? And like the only thing that you understand and that's not subtitled is just like Ivar the Boneless.
Yeah.
God,
dude.
man, that kid can deliver too.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, what's his face is like Ragnar through the entire like first part of the series. I mean, just.
Oh yeah.
I mean, dude is just.
He goes from such a likable character to then such a like despicable character to then like back to a God. I love him at the end.
Yeah. So good.
Man. All right. Is that it?
That's all I got, really.
All right. If you like the music, that was Carl Casey at White Bat Audio. If you want to yell at Scott on Twitter, he won't reply at Bad Pipes Pod. If you want to observe me calling people knobs on Twitter, you can do that at CryptidWorksYT. If you want to email the boys here, any suggestions or requests or anything, topics of discussion, you can do that at badpipespodcast@gmail.com. And if for some unhinged reason you wanted to become a space wizard and put an end to the lesbian space witch hegemony, you can give us $1 at patreon.com/badpipespodcast, or you can get a seat on the council for 10.
I think that's it.
We would appreciate you. We love you. And I hope you enjoyed this conversation.
Good night, and go see Deadpool Wolverine so we get more movies like that.
Go see it. Do it.
It's good. You won't regret it.
Okay, bye.